could possibly be the most popular currently airing anime. Well, at least the most popular new series, it appears. One Piece's stronghold on the anime zeitgeist is still as strong as ever. I say with joy, yay, yay, I love One Piece, greatest show ever, Except for my series, it's much better.
Are you sure?
But solo leveling is blowing up, and I've had an eye on it for a while. I even own the first 5 volumes of the manhwa. It appears I have a problem.
Stop buying these!
I can't stop. But needless to say, I dove into the series this past month, and with season 2 coming to an end, I figured I better make a video on it. But before we go any further, you need to subscribe to the channel. It's free. Right below. Just click that button, and by doing so, you're literally making my dreams come true, and it's completely free. I promise. I promise it's worth it. I have big plans. Also, if you don't, they're gonna get me. Please just subscribe. Please, they're gonna get me. Mr. B!
Monsters proved immune to conventional weaponry. Some humans awakened abilities to combat the threat.
X-Men?
They are known as hunters.
Oh.
And the magic coursing through them determines their rank.
Hunter.
A.
2.
B.
Zenitsu.
Flagging him down. Is that kid like a big deal or something?
He's the exact opposite. Genu joined
He's a
up
loser.
After you quit. Hey, kid. Hang behind the rest of the pack and don't get yourself hurt.
Good idea. I'll try.
Focus on succeeding, not trying.
She wants to ride.
This knife has barely any magic power.
You want to take him on a ride?
Oh my god, he's a loser. I have to smack him.
Boy got a steak knife.
Goblin Slayer reference?
Damn. Me personally, I wouldn't let that happen.
Yes. Yeah!
Didn't walk that marathon to turn back empty-handed.
It is a guarantee that all these guys are gonna die.
Bye-bye.
Hear the woman scream. She's gonna do it.
Survey said.
She just goes, nope, there she goes.
Wait, somebody play King Carson.
Speed's my specialty.
Oh yeah, he's gonna do it.
He got 200 bumped.
Oh man, no more screaming.
About to retire. Now you're dead.
I wish I had another chance.
Solo leveling.
My initial thoughts after 6 episodes are that the show is good, but not quite amazing. The game aspect of the show and Jinwoo's powers are the most intriguing part. It makes us, as the viewers, wonder what we would do with the options given in the system, and allows for a reference to the amount of danger the characters are in compared to the monsters and other characters Jinwoo is going against. I think it's a great power system and gives the main character far more depth than others, which draws our focus closer to him. However, something that stunts my interest is the overall direction and goals of our main character, and how his power is going to affect the world of the show. Characters usually are given 2 different goals, a personal goal and an external goal. Of course, they are always subject to change in any series, but Jinwoo only appears to have internal goals, at least as of now. He wants to feel he has purpose and place in the world other than being known as the weakest hunter ever, you know. Makes sense. Of course, he wants to use his powers to make money, to save his mother from her illness, and help put his sister through college, but for a long-running series, he needs something to shoot for beyond that will affect the world in a broad sense. Especially now that with his newfound powers and strength, it seems that it's a given that these goals will now kind of easily be achieved.
What?
done it before!
He's doing the full Nelson! Just took the top off, just a little bit.
Some kind of throne room.
Is this dude about to fight Ornstein?
It's different.
Oh my gosh.
All this intensity is coming from
Wait, who's this?
him.
Igor.
Commander, let's go.
Bootleg Prowler theme. Oh, it's the lines are getting all crazy again. I think he got him. Anyway, I had planned on writing more for each episode after every 6 episodes I watched. However, I kind of accidentally watched the entire thing in one sitting.
Oops, you have to.
The problems with the series I had after the first 6 episodes still stand as of now. The series has fantastic fights and showcases some cool abilities, but after finishing Season 2, I still struggle to really find any depth or interest in the narrative or the characters. There are some interesting things being built up in the background, but still, there is a definite lack of an opposing force to challenge Jinwoo or give him a reason to continue his journey. At the end of Season 2, he's literally the strongest hunter on the planet, easily dwarfing the S ranks who got absolutely washed by an enemy that Jinwoo soloed with mild difficulty.
Yay.
I'll get to you later, Mr. Bootleg. But even Jinwoo, the main character, lacks depth, and honestly, my interest in him and his development is kind of dead, because the way his character has changed is so stupid, in my opinion. At the beginning of the show, Jinwoo is a wimp. He stays quiet and in the background, and seems to take no pleasure in conflict, but just works as a hunter to support himself and his family. But after he gets his powers and becomes the solo leveler, not only does he get a physical glow up, but he suddenly gets super cocky and arrogant. This shift in his mental state makes some sense, but I still find it hard to believe, as you would think he would still take on the same mentality of being more cautious and well thought while still being brave in the circumstances. Like, he spent his whole life being the weakest, right? And all of a sudden, he's got amazing strength. However, that mentality from all those years, you would think it would still stick at least a little bit, and he'd be the same level of cautious. Like, and what I mean by there's a definite lack of an opposing force is that, there's a lot of enemies inside of the portals. There's a lot of creatures that he's fighting, but none of them have any kind of story or anything to that. They're just a bad character. They are just a punching bag for him, essentially. And a lot of them don't even talk. They're just animals, essentially. And while I feel like it's okay to have that be the things that the character's fighting at the beginning of the series when everything's still being built up, we're already 2 seasons in and this is still going on. It's taking a little too long to get to the point where we actually care about something unfolding here. But like I said, end of Season 2, we get introduced to some people that we never seen before. They actually speak, and there's potential to see, something interesting. Especially with, Jinwoo's dad. He came out of nowhere, apparently was locked away in a portal for, I didn't even remember. It's 10 plus years or something. And he's insanely powerful. And he said something menacing about the Chosen One or whatever coming and destroying everything. So, this it kind of implied that it's Jinwoo, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was some kind of switch where it was actually a villain that he has to fight. Either way, basically, I'm saying most of these villains are non-verbal, and if at all, the stuff that they're saying doesn't have any depth to it or any kind of impact on the story. It's just random villain speak of, I will not be defeated, da-da-da-da-da. Bland bullcrap. So basically, he's fighting a bunch of NPCs in a video game. That's exactly what it feels like. It feels like a bunch of random Dark Souls enemies. I guess. I mean, it's like playing a game and not getting the lore behind the stuff you're fighting. I guess it's just very basic, like starter story stuff, but it's continuing on all the way out through the second season, which I find to be very graining and redundant. Speaking of which, the world is obviously, at least the power system, is obviously based off of, RPG Souls-like games, and I do really like that. I think the idea of a power system that works how a video game works is interesting. It's been tried a ton of times in a ton of different isekais, but honestly, I think that this is probably the most interesting that I've ever seen it done, where it gets you a lot more hooked on what's going on and how he's going to use the abilities that he's getting and what he's going to unlock next. And honestly, I'm dying to see what the deal is with the mysterious characters that we were shown at the end of season 2. I mean, what's going on with Jinwoo's dad? Sorry, I was confused because the similarities between this show and another one called, it's just a little known series called Hunter x Hunter, are so blatant that I was almost about ready to stop watching when I saw that we were doing an arc where there were a bunch of superpowered ants evolving on a mysterious island where the queen gave birth to the ultimate ant king, whose powers that seem to be unstoppable by anyone. Close enough. Welcome back, Merowimp. No. I got another one. Close enough. Welcome back, Cell.
It's perfect. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
They should have swapped this in. Why does it fit so well? Rewind it again. We're probably missing dialogue.
I'm joking, but it is. The similarities are very poignant and very much there. Honestly, I think the fight was great with Biru. I think that it was amazing animation. Honestly, the animation throughout this whole show has been fantastic. There hasn't been a spot where I've had to be like, wow, that was really crappy looking and janky. It's always fluid, it's always great and flashy, and it makes it a lot more fun. And yes, there are plenty of good things about this show, great things about this show. I mean, even the sound design, the music, the voice actors, sub or dub sounds great. It's just the main thing that I have a problem with, and the main thing that this story is lacking is a story. It is lacking a narrative that keeps us tied to the characters and wanting to see them progress and do something. Because honestly, it feels like there's nothing to do. It feels like the something is not there until the end of season 2, which is why I really hope that in season 3 the show takes what it's done here and drags us into it and evolves it and, really creates something out of itself, because as of now it's getting very boring. I've seen people on the internet ranking Jinwoo to be like stronger than Goku and stuff. Let me just shut that down real quick. No, No, he's not. Let's not be stupid. Let's not play this game. I don't like this game. It's not very fun. I don't. No. Another aggravating thing is Lee's relationship with Jinwoo, buddy, she wants you so bad. She wants it so bad. Just go on that date. Why? Wait. Just, please. What is this bullcrap about? Oh, you're so much stronger, so we're not going to be able to be together. Oh my gosh, I'm so heartbroken. Get over it. Come on now. I don't care about the handkerchief, blonde hair bitch. Like, get her out of here. She's a harlot. She just wants Jinwoo because he stank good. Because he smelled. She just wants Jinwoo because he wears Dior. He's got that Sauvage on, baby. But seriously, it's like they set up a love interest and then just immediately said, but actually no, because she's weak and pitiful and we don't like her.
Nasty bitch.
But I will give props to the show for showing some of Jinwoo's emotion, although I think that, like I said earlier, his like whole transformation of the mindset of being all weak and scared to being really super cocky and like he's the best thing ever. I did think that happened too sudden. However, the scene where he gets his mother back, finally, after years and years of her being in a basically coma, and he sees her awake for the first time and he starts crying, it was great to see, some emotion off of him and some real humanity to his character, essentially. I feel like that growth with him is going to really drive us to care about him and his well-being and him continuing on. With the way and the things that Jinwoo's dad said and the way that things are looking, I feel like he's going to be put in a position where he's kind of forced to do something that he doesn't want to do. Basically forced to destroy the world, or we're going to be put in a position where he's going to be doing something we really don't want him to do. He really doesn't want to do it, but we really want him to survive because we really like him, because we've seen him, be a good character. I can see it. I got foresight. I got the vision. It's locked in. You're just taking too long to portray it. Honestly, just get to the point. Everything that we saw within these first 2 seasons could have been absolutely condensed into one 12-episode season. Like, it just sticks with stuff way too long. And I get that, I guess maybe the author got carried away with all the ideas that he had, and he wanted to make all these villains that he fought. But compared to just reading it, where you can binge it and get right to the point, versus watching it, and the fact that they kind of elongated it. I mean, the first 5 volumes cover pretty much like all of season 1 and 75% of season 2, so it really feels like they kind of stretched it, which is a common thing that we're seeing with animes nowadays, which I really don't understand, because doing so kind of puts people off to the show and doesn't have, it doesn't create enough attraction to really build up a massive fan base. Like, for instance, Chainsaw Man was neutered with that, where you have the first season, but if you've read the manga, you know that like everything they showed in the first season is just base setup stuff that won't get somebody hooked. Everything that is great about Chainsaw Man happens in the second half of the 11, 12 volumes that the first part takes place in. The parts with Makima and what's her name, purple-haired shoddy, Reze, bomb woman. I'm not gonna spoil, but everything good about that series comes into the second half. So if you watch the first half and you're not quite buying into it, please, when season 2 comes out, when the movie comes out, give it a second chance. I promise you, there's gold there. It's a gem of a story, and it is definitely worth your watch. But would I say that Solo Leveling is worth the watch? Would I say that this show is a gem? Would I say that this show is gold? Honestly, not really. Not with these first 2 seasons and the fact, I feel like maybe if I read the manga and just kind of ripped off the band-aid of knowing whether or not they actually continued to grow the stuff that I'm interested in, maybe I'd have an idea. But when season 3 comes out, honestly, if the season is just more of what season 1 and 2 are, I'm gonna drop it. But if it actually does delve into Jinwoo's dad and the mysterious characters that we've seen and building a, massive greater narrative, I mean, I'm gonna be hooked. So it's really debatable. I would say the show definitely has potential to be fantastic, but as of now, it's more of like a 6.57 out of 10, in my opinion. You were good, but I'm waiting for you to be great.
You there! Stop!
Solo leveling is canceled. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The series is no more. Goodbye, Solo Jinwoo. Goodbye, Solo Man. Yeah. Technically, not the anime that we're talking about right now, but the manga, and technically not the manga that we're talking about right now, but the sequel to the manga of the anime that we're talking about right now got canceled, and that's why the title of the video of this video right now is going to be Solo Leveling got canceled. So this part of the video is really just put in because otherwise that would be clickbait. So now it's not. Now it's real. It's organic, and you can't tell me that I'm wrong. Yeah, and that's basically all I got to say about that. So I was gonna get this video out a lot sooner, but unfortunately, I've been purchasing a home.
The housing market is so horrible. Dear Lord, why? Why as soon as I grow up, is this
The YouTube money is paying off. Just kidding. I worked a full-time job for a couple of years, and I finally got enough money to buy a house. So that's great. It's fantastic. However, it is taking a little bit more time out of my schedule. Also, with just, managing life in general. Also, playing video games. There's been so much peak that just came out in this last month or so. You got Night Rain, you got the Nintendo Switch with Mario Kart Wild or World or whatever the hell it is, and then you got the Donkey Kong game that just came out, the Donkey Kong. I love Donkey Kong. It is my favorite Nintendo character. What can I say? I got that monkey in me, That wasn't a racial joke. But seriously, with the house and the video games and just overall being a lazy bum, I've been procrastinating a little bit. This video has actually been finished for about 2 weeks now. I was doing stuff. But with that being said, there's a whole lot that I've been doing, and yet I feel that there's almost nothing to talk about. And I really am having a hard time, thinking of something that's what the hell is that noise? What the heck is that noise? What is that? What's going on here?
It's just one of those days where you don't want to wake up.
Oh, the Battlefield 6 beta!